will follow you to Virgie, although it hurts me so. Lay to rest this mountain beauty that the Lord's called home. And I can see her up in glory, I can see her through the pines. So boys, be good. Hey there, friends, how's it going? This is David Potts with Song Notes, and I'm excited to finally have a lesson for you today for Follow You to Virgie. This is the Tyler Childers song. A lot of you have requested this one over the years. I've been saving it up for a long time, and then this past week, very sadly, my wife's grandmother passed away, and it felt like there's no better time to learn this song because it's about, saying goodbye to a dear grandmother in your life. So here's the lesson. I'm doing a no capo version. Here's the deal. Tyler plays this with capo on 3rd fret and the R vinyl sessions, capo 4th fret in the Red Barn radio version. You can do either of those if you want. I'm doing no capo because it suits my voice better, and everything I'm going to show you will work, obviously. Just put your capo on, your fret of choice, and it'll work for you. So I'm going to really quick go through the chords and the progressions and the strumming. Then I'm going to focus on the intro. I'll show you 3 different sort of steps to get yourself to that full intro riff. You don't just want to dump right in. You want to kind of just start in the melody notes and then bring in the strumming slowly. So full playthrough at the end if you want that. Otherwise, let's get into it. Thanks to all of you who are supporting me on Patreon every month. Really appreciate it. I hope the lessons have been and continue to be helpful. And I'll see you all on the other side. Let's go. All right, y'all, so let's start off with the chord shapes that we're going to need. So fortunately, it's just 4 chords. We'll have a G and we'll have a C, okay? The thing about the C that's a bit not normal is you're going to keep your pinky here, your left pinky on the 3rd string of the first third fret of the 1st string, and it's going to be there for the G and the C. So basically notice how little distance these 2 fingers have to move when you go between the G and the C, okay? Nice, really efficient chord change here. And 80% of the song, 90% of the song is just going between these 2 chords, okay? If your pinky callus is a little bit weak, this song will probably give it a good workout, but a trick is you can just do a regular C, give your pinky a break there, right? And then we'll need a D chord and a D7 chord. Okay, this is a bit advanced, but later on in the song, he'll sort of hammer on that 3rd fret of the D string, 2nd fret. Right? And on the D7, he'll do that to the F sharp on the 2nd fret of the thinnest string, right? Okay, but a G, a C, a D, and a D7. Now, as far as the chord progressions this song uses, the good part, again, is like 90% of the song is just going between 2 measures of G, right? G, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, to C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. This is the entire intro, this is the entire verse, and this is most of the chorus. So for the intro, I could sort of hum the melody of those picked notes, Da, da, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, and 4, and G, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, and 4, and same thing for the verse, right? G, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, all this work. C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, G up on the C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. Okay? You get the idea. That's going to be all you use for the verse. You just repeat it. And same for the chorus. The only thing that's different in the chorus is at the end, we're going to go to a D. We're going to do 2 measures of a regular D, So the lyric is, I can see her through the pines, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, D7, 2, 3, 4, D7, 2, 3, 4. Then you start it over again with the intro, okay? So pretty straightforward stuff. I'll do the playthrough later. You'll see that all in context, right? Now, strumming patterns. I showed 2 in my PDF here. One is just to get comfortable with the 1 count and the 2. And what I like to recommend doing for this is you do a down strum of the bass note, or maybe the bass 2 notes, or whatever chord you're on the 1 count, right? And then the 2 strum, you do a full strum, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're having trouble with the timing in general, this is a good simple place to start. It gives you lots of time to switch chords too. And you can play the whole song like this. If you look at my lyrics on page 1 that are written up, anytime you see a chord over a lyric, that's when you do the 1 count, right? So, back before these calloused hands and all this work, right? C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2. We used to sit out on the flats. That's the whole thing, man. That you could do it like that. Now, the more full strum is to do what I just showed you, but then add a up down up on the N4N. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 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 1, 2, and 4. Now when I'm doing this, notice how the 2 strum is the 2 count is the only time when I'm doing a full strum. On the 1 count, I'm just doing the bass 1 or 2 strings, and on the N4N, I'm just doing like the thinnest 3 strings. You can just do light brushes, okay? This kind of gives your strumming a nice little balanced feel, and it's not overbearing, right? Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down. You could kind of like 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so that's gonna do it for the chords, the progression, and the strumming. So now let's get into this intro, because that's gonna be the big fun part of the song, really, too. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll show you the playthrough at the end. So the intro, I have 3 different tabs in my PDF to sort of guide you through this, so you're not just diving into the full tab. That's gonna be too much. Even for myself, I had to just sort of simplify things. The first thing I would recommend doing is this simple version of it, right? Now here, the main goal, and we can make this even simpler than what I show. If you ignore everything that's not highlighted in yellow, then you would get, okay, so what's going on there is that H, it means a hammer-on. And what that's going to mean is you pluck the string once with the, in this case, the open A string, and then you're going to hammer on the 2nd fret with your left middle finger. Whoops. Okay? So it's 1 pluck with your pick, but it sounds like 2 different notes, right? And if you're having a really hard time with this, you can just pluck both of them. Right? Now, this full first tab, it's basically meant to help you focus on just the sort of melody that are highlighted, the melody notes, right? You can do these other strums. Okay, and the main idea here, again, is to make sure the melody is going, getting most of the accent, or like you can hear it clearly. Because if you try to bring in the strumming too soon, you can really bury that melody, and that's really what you want to stand out. So the second version I have here is we're gonna do more strums on the G. We're gonna do like the full G strum, right? And for the C, we're gonna do that hammer-on, but we wanted to couple that with a general strum. And it really requires a good hammer-on to make sure that note can be heard, right? Then I do a sort of light strum of the C on the 4 count about, then in the last measure, okay, I'm just strumming the thickest 3 strings of the C, once without the 4th string down, and then once with it on my middle finger on the 2nd fret there. And then the last 4 notes are 2nd fret, open, 2nd fret, open, with the middle finger, okay? So here, the main idea is once you get comfortable with the first one, this is the first one, you can bring in a more full G, right? Whoop, whoop. It's all about the melody notes. Whatever other strings you play or don't play, it's all good as long as those melody notes are clean. Now here's a trick I'm going to show you. I often don't play this low E string. I'll just do this. Okay, for those first 4 G hammer-ons. and this is like my lowest note, this 2nd fret of the 5th string. It's easier to do because you're not having to get your ring finger there. I find it when I get my ring finger here, I'm accidentally muting this 5th string a lot. So again, I'll just do this. All right, again. Alright, you can do that if you want. Notice how I'm not playing that thickest E string on the G, okay? And then the final version of the intro riff tab I have is like this, where it's everything as before. You're just going to add a down up on all the G strums, okay? And that's in the final measure you're going to do open, hammer on, pull off, all with one pluck. Okay, that sounds like this. Now, let me say this about this song. I've been practicing this for about 4 days, pretty consistently. And the first day or two, it was not that smooth for me, right? I'm able to play this full riff a lot more smoothly now because I practiced it a bunch. I played through the song about 20 times, like 4 or 5 times a day, about 4 days in a row. So a lot of practice, but don't expect yourself to get it overnight. If you really want to learn this, just start with that basic one, I'm telling you. Use the correct fingers, though. Use that left middle. Man, I'm making mistakes. And you don't have to even do the hammer on and pull off stuff on that last part. That's really tricky, especially when you're in the context of strumming the whole song, and especially right before you go into the verse. Okay, so that's going to be how you play the intro to this song. And now I'm going to do a playthrough of the entire thing and show you how it fits all together. All right, so let's get this lined up. And again, you can get the PDF at my website, playsongnotes.com, if you want to follow along with all this. All right, let's go. Back before these calloused hands and all this work, we used to sit up at the flats, acting like we'd live forever, getting high and skipping class. Yeah, I reckon we were heathens, but in her eyes we were saints. Now you're calling all the boys home, 'cause heaven's angels carry her away. So I will follow you to Virgie, although it hurts me so, to lay to rest this mountain beauty that the Lord's called home. And I can see her up in glory, I can see her through the pines. Back when all those boys were crying to make sense of all these strings, I can see her in the corner, just singing along to all our crazy dreams. So I will follow you to Virgie, although it hurts me so, lay to rest this mountain beauty the Lord's called home, and I can see her up in glory. I can see her through the pine. And I will follow you to Virgie, 'cause that's what us boys are for, to help you out when you get weary and you can't go no more. Can't you see her up there coding? I can see her through the pine, saying, boys, be good.